The things you implement without a ladder. Step ladder, fridge. And there he goes up through the roof to try and fix the antenna.
Wheels are rolling and the camp is clean. On our way to the nearest 9 or 18 along dogleg roads through this countryside. We're taking our shot at the longest drive.
Well, hi everybody, and welcome to this week's episode, which is about Dimboola. We you saying anything?
You haven't even started now.
On our way to Dimboola, we noticed more of the silo art. I don't know who it was from, but we took a couple of photos, so hopefully that's been put up. We entered into the Dimboola Riverside Caravan Park. It is owned by council there, so there is no swimming pool. If you were travelling with children, it's probably, you know, something that you may reconsider. But in saying that, if you had bikes, there's some little bike tracks and certainly a good amount of walking tracks to go on.
Oh, it's beautiful.
There. It was absolutely beautiful.
Beautiful place.
It's a really nice outlook there, right near the riverside we were. I spent a tiny bit of time learning how to use the drone while I was there. Not that you'll be seeing any of that. Things to do around Dimboola. Matt, do you want to talk about the Imaginarium? Or I'll talk about a little bit of it and then you can interject.
Sure.
The Dimboola Imaginarium used to be the old bank in town many years ago. The owners are the couple that I talked about previously, but I can't remember whether that was put on an episode or not. We've been told that the town that we're going to, Dimboola, has a couple that in the mornings takes their turkey for a walk, a morning stroll.
I think it's only a pet for another sort of like 6 months, so then it's dinner.
Sure enough, there was a couple with the turkey, and these were the owners, Jamie and Chan, that own the Dimboola Imaginarium. They took us for a tour through their place. They've got a whole lot of knickknacks, little things. They've got 5 accommodation rooms, which are all totally different.
Oh,
but
fantastic.
Absolutely magnificent. If you wanted accommodation in Dimboola and just staying for a couple of nights, whatever, then you contact the Dimboola Imaginarium and they'd be able to assist you.
Really nice, great guys, full of energy, full of passion for the town they've adopted, because I think they were from Sydney, 2018 or 2019 they moved to Dimboola, and they've, in their humble opinion, they've reinvigorated the town, which is awesome.
There was a nice coffee place as well. I can't remember the name
Dimboola
of that
store, I think.
Dimboola store. We got really great coffee there and that was recommended to us. It was really nice. The library is interesting too. In particular, if you do go to the library, take a walk to the back of the library because they've decked it out really nicely.
Dimboola is a really beautiful little town actually. We biked around a little bit and walked around. Some of the buildings the old buildings are lovely, and the streets, it's a quiet, peaceful place, but just a lovely little town, isn't it? I'd go back and stay at that caravan park again. It was awesome.
It was awesome.
You didn't need an alarm clock because there's just a gazillion corrallers in the morning that
Wake you.
come and nest. There's morning shift, afternoon shift and night shift. Local bird life sounds.
But it was really nice. While we're at the Imaginarium as well, there was a lady there by the name of Margaret. Hi Margaret, and I did find the video about your plums. It's amazing how things happen and how you meet people along the way. Today Matt and I were at the Dimboola Imaginarium. This lovely lady walked in and she asked them about whether they would like any plums. I happened to hear that, so coming back I said hello and talked to her about the plums, and she said, would you like some? So here I am at Margaret's house. We've collected plums from the tree. We've had a cup of tea and homemade Anzac biscuits and just had a lovely chat for probably an hour or so. Lots and lots of plums from Margaret. So I'm going to cook it up and put some in the fridge to have as dessert, and I'm also going to cook some up into a smoothie, so we'll see how we go with that. Lovely lady, and she also had told me about the Dimboola Memorial Secondary College. They have just a walkway, which is a road, and they have trees, and each tree is a memorial to
a soldier that fought in the First World War. Sorry, I just thought you were struggling a bit to
That's okay.
get that out. So the school was originally a building to memorialise the men and women who fought in the First World War. And now it's a school, which is awesome. And you can, well, we thought you could take a walk through there. Unfortunately, we went in there during school hours, and of course, went into the office and asked if we could stroll around, and they said no. If you go in after hours, after school hours,
No problem.
you're worth strolling around.
Yeah, it was interesting. There was another area that we took an 8-kilometre walk through that was called Dimboola Common. And
lots of history.
all I can remember about it was to do with the late 1800s and early 1900s. The land was made available to farmers or anybody that wanted to use that land for their cattle.
The Chinese settled there for
50 years?
some 50 years, and now it's just a series of walks all through the scrub and brush, really, isn't it? But it's
really lovely.
quite peaceful.
Yeah.
It was obviously flooded, as was most of that area recently. It's recovering, but certain parts of the walkway when we were there were closed off for safety reasons. But I'd go back to Dimboola for sure.
Absolutely. And there was something that they had in April. Can you remember what that is that they have in April? Steampunk. That's going to be an annual event in April.
It's like invention, celebrating inventions and quirky little invention things, and the population will just go kaboom for that.
What do they do? Go.
Well, no, the population will explode for that.
Oh, that's what kaboom.
Yeah.
So if you were looking for something to do, there's Dimboola in April.
Dimboola.
Anyway, guys, at that, we're going to say goodbye. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much for supporting us. Any questions, put it the comments below. I'm learning a little bit about that. We'll see you next time, which will be us in Mount Gambier, South Australia. Bye.